Welcome to an episode of InRange. We're coming to you today from SUPS, the Southern Utah Practical Shooting Facility, and this is CQB Brutality, and both Sinister Rifleman and I are shooting the new Deadeye division, which is hopefully our contribution to the cowboy-style shooting sports. And what I thought we would do is a very traditional InRange video. We're going to bolt shoot the stages, and we're both going to talk about how it went after each stage, and we're going to talk about our strategy and whether it worked or not, right?
Correct. And I think our different equipment is going to come into play with how we strategize shooting these stages.
It absolutely will. And this is what's really, one of the things that's really fun about Deadeye isn't, besides that you're shooting Old West guns, is that you get to strategize how you shoot the stage. So you could shoot Deadeye with one lever gun, that's all you need. You could shoot it with one lever gun, one shotgun. You could shoot it with one lever gun, one shotgun, one pistol. You could shoot it with one pistol. You could shoot it with two pistols, a lever gun, and a shotgun. Anyways, the point being is, as long as you're legal to use the gun that you have in your hand on the target in front of you, you can use it. And so you can stage your guns, looking at the stage. I'll put my shotgun there in condition 3, and I'll put my rifle over there, and I'll start with my pistol, or whatever. And it allows you to kind of choose your own adventure on how you're going to shoot the stage. And that's why the gear we're using today matters so much, right?
Correct.
So you want to talk about what you're going to be shooting in Deadeye?
So I'm using the 1873 with a 20-inch barrel. It has a 10-shot capacity in 38 Special. Since our prep video, I leather wrapped the lever to make it a little bit easier on my knuckles. I did get a blister from that first time using it.
It helps a lot. It really does.
And I also cut the saddle ring off of it because that was messing with me left-handed. Got some better 38 Special ammo that does not have the extraction stickiness from our previous video.
We surprisingly found this gun to be a little bit ammo sensitive.
Not sure if it's the ammo or the gun itself, but I got S&B and it cycles smooth. The arms core I had before was sticking a little bit.
Now, just so you know, it's also a 357, but we do have a limit here that you can't shoot rounds faster than 1,600 feet per second.
Correct.
Okay. And shotgun.
I'm using your 1897, which I found to be surprisingly easy to load, easier to load than modern pump actions.
Yeah, and that's a very modern pump action type shotgun with a very easy and open loading gate.
Yep. And then finally for the handgun, I am using the Schofield in 38 Special as well with a 7-inch barrel.
Excellent. So now for myself, I have an 1866 Winchester right here, full length 24-inch, so they can have the highest capacity. I have gone through the process of converting this to 44 Henry centerfire. The original 1860 Henry was in 44 rimfire. The original 1866 Winchester was in 44 rimfire. Through the life of the gun, they eventually did get to 44 Henry centerfire, so that's not historically wrong. And through some modification of the lifter and very modified ammunition, I now have 44 Henry centerfire, which means I have 18 rounds in this gun, which is an interesting thing. They were always pushing for more power. They're going to 44-40 and they drop the capacity down to 13. But I would argue that for a gun that you're going to shoot within 150 yards or less, I'd rather have more bullets. So I'm doing 44 Henry centerfire. It's a 200 grain bullet at about 1,100 feet per second. For my shotgun, I've got this 12 gauge with a full choke on it. This, of course, made famous more by the Terminator movies than any Old West thing. I will not be spin cocking it. However, this does hold 5 in the tube, 1 on the lifter, and you could put, if you were starting with it, 1 in the chamber for a total of 7. Probably won't be doing that. I'll be doing condition 3, but I do hold 6 in this. And then after that, you can pretty rapidly load 2. And if strategy is there to do it, or I somehow do something really wrong, you're going to see this come out on the camera. This is an 1870, well, it's a reproduction, but an 1871 Colt, 1871-72. This came out just before the 1873 Single Action Army. This is, I am shooting this in 45 Colt with underpowered loads to simulate 44 Henry. This was already in 45 Colt when I got it. But it is, of course, a 6-shot, but in the holster, it's a 5-shot because the hammer's down on an empty chamber. So I actually like these better than the Single Action Army. I think they balance better. I actually like the sight picture better. It's got a 4 3/4 inch barrel, so it's a little gunfighter model. If I'm using this, something has gone wrong or it makes sense for the stage. So in general, we're going to walk through each stage, and I think there's going to be a big difference in how we approach some of these.
Yeah, you got almost twice the capacity in your rifle.
I do.
But I think I can probably load the shotgun a little bit faster than you can.
You also can reload your pistol way faster than I can. I have to eject 1 round at a time to load 1 at a time. You open it up, they're all out, you can load 6 immediately.
Definitely.
So stay tuned for 8 stages of Deadeye Brutality here at CQB Brutality 2024, and we'll have conclusion per each about how it went. All right, stage 1, you start here in this yellow box, and with your rifle or whatever, engage the yellow targets that are standing. Deadeye will have less targets. This is the presentation for the modern divisions. Once you've neutralized all the yellow targets, you pick up the sandbag and you move to these barrels. Put the sandbag in the barrel and then move either left or right. We'll go left for this one. Once you're in the green box, neutralize these targets. Then bring this kettlebell back to the middle. Put the kettlebell in that barrel, then move to the other box. From this box, neutralize standing targets. Bring the kettlebell to the center, drop it in the barrel. Once you're here, all the yellow targets are down, all that's left is the white. You move to this box, or these cards. They're random. And you flip it over, and this determines the target presentation for the white targets. So this would be left target, right target, left target, right target, up top target, top target, bottom target. And they're all different. So you don't know what you're gonna get. If you get it in the wrong order, it's a penalty.
All right, call it out.
Left,
Card.
right,
Right, down, down.
left, right.
All right.
All right, you just shot your first ever complete Deadeye stage, and you look ecstatic.
Well, as with everything new, there's a learning curve.
Yes.
So one good thing I learned before I started the stage was that with the 38 Special in that gun, I can actually hold 12 in the tube and start with one in the chamber if it's a gun in hand start.
Because 38s are shorter than the 357, and you're using flat nose bullets.
Right, so I'm able to squeeze 2 extra rounds in there than when we were training. I think that arms core ammo I had before might have been a little bit longer in general.
Probably.
So more ammo in the gun is good.
Yep.
Shooting the stage, I did not have this problem when we were practicing because things go a little bit differently on the clock for real. A few of the early shots in the stage, I wasn't closing the lever all the way, so you'd see me hesitate because I had to close the lever all the way to disengage the out of battery safety. Right.
I did notice that. I talked about this in other videos. The 1866 didn't have an out of battery safety, and you could actually fire the gun out of battery and stuff would fly out, kind of like a submachine gun when the primer gets struck. They fixed that in the 73, and if the lever's not completely shut, the little spring-load plunger, it won't fire.
All right.
And so you just weren't closing it all the way.
Right, so it kind of reminds me like a 1911 grip safe. If you're not gripping it down hard enough, like it's not going to fire. So
Perfect analogy.
So I got used to that throughout the rounds I fired.
Yep.
Switching to shotgun, I actually did pretty good with that because I split the difference on 2 of the targets and took one of them down with 1 shell.
That was rad.
Go to transition to the Schofield for the stratagem targets, and suddenly on the clock I can't shoot well with that thing like I could when we were training. So I shot it empty after missing a bunch.
Yeah,
and the
you missed twice.
The extra rounds in the lever gun saved me, and I finished out with that.
If you had to do it again, would you have just finished with the lever gun and not the pistol?
I'd have to do the math, and I probably would have had to reload 1 round to.
So you were reloading no matter what.
Yes.
Reloading a tube isn't that long a thing.
Right. So. It's going to have to change my thought process of how I'm approaching these stages,
Yes.
Having those extra rounds and how to use them most intelligently on the stage. But overall, for my first stage, for real, shooting the cowboy stuff, I thought it went okay.
Okay, with the foibles in the first stage, was it fun?
Yeah, it was fun.
Okay, good. So my only challenge was that last thing. So I started off, of course, at the targets. I have 18 rounds on the gun. I didn't even stoke it up to 18 plus 1. And I still used my shotgun just because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to run out no matter what. I think I went 1 for 1 on every target. I don't missed anything.
All right.
But I shot everything with the rifle, moved over rifle, used the shotgun because there's a big plate over there. Might as well use the shotgun on it. Plus, it upped the amount of ammunition I had available on the stage. And then I finished with the rifle. Although slowly, because that little thing, This might surprise you. I'm not a Nintendo guy, but I guess this is Helldivers.
Yes, very, very, very popular PC game at the moment.
Still the same thing, left, left, right, right, up, down, down, left, right, whatever. And so I'm looking at that, and I'm like, my brain was trying to like flip it, and I had to sit there and be like, left, right. I had to sit there and diligently go, that one, that one, that one, that one. Like I had to do that.
Well, mental challenges are always part of our stages.
Oh, it is. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I was surprised by how hard that was for me. There's little arrows, and I'm like,
You're like, I just want to shoot the gun.
I just want to shoot the gun. I just want to grill.
Okay.
I just want to grill with my lever gun. So, fun first Deadeye stage.
Yes.
Stay tuned for 7 more.